Oh, there you are. Marvellous. Have you got your ticket? Come along then. We'll secure it. Vintner, feast your eyes. Look who's here.
Good evening. Yes, welcome to the Little Witham Church Hall. Lovely to see you. Do you have your ticket for the banjo concert? No. Yes, right this way. Miss Binchley and Miss Renfrew will be more than happy to oblige.
Oh, yes, of course. Hello. Hello, how are you? Just one? Just one? Yes, oh, one. Just get you some cheese. Have a wonderful time. Here, we'll have Miss Renfrew help you with this.
Oh, yes, here's a programme for you. Thank you so much for coming. Mr. Wooster, he's a wonderful world-renowned banjoist, actually. I think you'll enjoy it quite well.
Hello.
Hello. Would you like a spot of tea? Maybe some cherry surprise?
No, perhaps a biscuit.
Yes, it's Caroline's recipe.
They're
It's
wonderful.
quite
Yes.
Sorry. Awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests and so on, thank you for coming along to support in such splendid numbers this highly, very, extremely, wonderfully worthwhile cause. I don't think you need reminding any of you what wonderful work is being done every day by the TGB&S. So I won't. But make no mistake, the need for them is as great as ever it was. Ever. So as we railway enthusiasts are wont to say, more steam to their pistons. I know they'd thank you for your support, as indeed they do, and for showing your support in supporting them with your magnificent support. And no one more so do we wish to be thanking than our guest tonight, Mr. Bertram Wooster. But before I introduce him to you, there are one or two people I do have to thank for making this evening possible. Firstly, a man who needs no introduction, Mr. Bernard Baisley, for allowing us the use of this splendid building. If he's here, could he stand up, please? Ah, yes, there he is, Bumpy Baisley, ladies and gentlemen. Secondly, the Mrs. Apley Whitchurch and Tentleshaw for their mouth-watering contribution to this evening's early proceedings. Mr. Dyson and Mr. Crockett for arranging the seating and for generally fetching and carrying. Our loyal lighting expert, Mr. Crabtree. Oh, yes. Thank you. And I hope, Dennis, you've managed to put the incident with the extending ladder well behind you. Oh, if that isn't perhaps the wrong phrase to use in the unfortunate circumstances. And we mustn't forget our very special Miss Binchley, who, of course, organised the ticket sales. But enough from me. Just one more man to thank, without whom none of this would have been possible. Our producer, director, publicist, appeals organizer, and tonight's stage manager, the person who has masterminded this entire evening. Ladies and gentlemen, the man himself, Jeeves. band. All that remains now is to introduce you to our soloist. Here now, together with a song and a smile, ladies and gentlemen, Bertie Wooster. Ladies and gentlemen, Harold Stinker Pinker. And no messing. Good grief. Straight on with the show. Take it away, Ozzy. Who's the man you've all been sitting there anticipating? Who's the man with his Harold? Sorry, Bertie. Just to say, someone I entirely forgot, ladies and gentlemen. The car park attendant? No. Ladies and gentlemen, accompanying Bertie Wooster this evening on the piano, Mr. Oswald Nutledge. Yes, well, I think just about everyone's had a bow now. Oh. All the world's a stage, they say. And this evening, practically all of them have put in an appearance. Thank you, Ozzy. Who's the man you've all been sitting there anticipating? Who's the man with his instrument ready, willing and waiting? Who's the man for whom your breath has been eagerly baiting? If I hadn't already confessed it, you'd no doubt already have guessed it. Banjo boy, play a number for me. Won't you play that melody? When you start to play in, Mama starts to swing. Hold it! Hold it! Excuse me one moment. Jeeves! Jeeves!
Sir?
What precisely is this, Jeeves?
That is a frying pan, sir.
What might be termed slightly less than adequate stage management, Jeeves. Where the blazes is my banjo?
I fear it has been stolen, sir.
Stolen?
Yes, sir.
My banjo?
Yes, sir.
Well, who on earth would want to steal it?
A music lover, perhaps?
Eh?
One possibly jealous of your own abilities, sir.
Oh, well, what on earth are we going to do? There are row upon row of eager banjo lovers here.
I took the liberty of sending out for a fresh instrument. The shop is dispatching one immediately.
Splendid. How long will that take?
Oh, no more than 2 hours, sir.
2 hours?
The shop concerned is in Kent.
Kent?
Just this side, sir.
Please excuse us. What exactly do you suggest I do to entertain these good people for 2 hours?
Perhaps an anecdote or two, sir?
An anecdote or two? Jeeves, there's enough time for me to read them the entire works of Proust. Please excuse us. That is not a solution.
May I suggest that whilst we deliberate, sir, we ask Mr. Nutledge to entertain with a little mood music?
Very well, Jeeves, though I should warn you. If Ozzy Nutledge is let loose on that piano for 2 hours, I am not going to be answerable for this audience's behavior. These are music lovers, Jeeves, not masked masochists.
Very good, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Bertram Wooster.
Jeeves?
Sir?
Where are you going? Don't leave me here. What am I going to do?
Entertain, sir.
How on earth do I entertain them when I'm totally unbanjoed? Turn and run?
Just not done, bearing in mind the code.
You mean the Woosters? Time to break out those tap shoes? Twinkle those tootsies and hit the beat?
If you recall, sir, one snag.
I've 2 left feet, I do remember. Sing them a spot of opera?
I'd strongly oppose that choice.
Bad idea.
Wasted here.
Better to save the voice for smarter functions. How do I entertain them? Showbiz traditions upheld be blowed. You wouldn't see me for dust, but for that code. And yet, what would a chap do without it? How would he get through without it? How could he stay true without the code of the Woosters? If you're at sea, I shall be there, even put off tea to be there. Woosters of swum oceans for the code of allegiance, duly owed for the Wooster code. What a load! I appear to be in some quandary. Tell me, what is a chap to do? Walk high wire,
swallow fire. Give them the old soft shoe, can't do that either. How do I entertain them?
Might I suggest that you reminisce?
And what precisely?
May I? Something like this. On the particular date in question, Mr. Wooster awoke from a troubled sleep, doubtless caused by certain events that had occurred the previous day, the main attraction being his appearance before the magistrate's bench. Presiding magistrate, Sir Watkin Bassett.
Watkin Bassett? He's not here, is he?
The role of Sir Watkin will be played on this occasion by Mr. Bernard Paisley.
What? Old Bumpy? Jolly good.
But let us for a moment examine in detail this appalling exhibition of lawless hooliganism displayed by the accused.
That's frightfully good, Bumpy.
Oh, thank you.
He's got old Bassett off to a tee.
The constable in his evidence tells us that you first of all snatched, or rather struck, his helmet from his head, made off with it, and hurled his headgear into Trafalgar Square fountain. Is this possible?
I was testing it, my lord. I said something like that.
Testing it?
To see if it was waterproof.
Waterproof?
The helmet, my lord. It suddenly came to me like a blinding flash that if the police are expected to saunter around the streets in all weathers, rattling door handles, had anyone bothered to check whether the titvers were waterproof?
That is enough! I do not wish to hear another word from you. I shall now pass sentence, and I warn you, I intend to sentence you to the most severe penalty the law will allow. Augustus Finknottle, a name I may add I am strongly inclined to think is assumed or fictitious. Augustus Finknottle, I find you guilty of one of the most wretched examples of senseless vandalism it has ever been my misfortune.
And so on and so on. Thanks, Bumpy.
Oh, not at all, Bertie.
I'm still not certain this is going to work, Jeeves. Nonetheless, Woosters have died gladly for the code of, for that rugged, heavy load called the Wooster Code. Oh, what the heck? Yes, Wooster will entertain you, so let me allay your fears. Look at those rows and rows, some on the edge of tears. I couldn't do it. Wooster will entertain you, using the talents that God bestowed. No cause for panic, he'll stay true to his code. Now Wooster is geared for action. His talents will be revealed. All the flair of Fred Astaire, voice of a Gracie Field, if slightly deeper. Wooster, the wily wordsmith, weaving such wonders as you've not knowed. He'll keep his promise, he'll keep true to his code. No Wooster will entertain you, can always be sure of that. He'll prevail, should he fail. Bertram will eat his hat with bags of mustard. Wooster will entertain you. Watch out, the fireworks will soon explode. No need to worry, he'll stick true to his code. Don't leave the building, I'll stick true to my code. Thank you. And so it was that I awoke on this morning in question, fresh from dreams of maniacal magistrates and amphibious policemen, and 10 quid lighter in pocket. What are you doing, Jeeves?
Attempting a little verisimilitude, sir.
Oh, what's this? Costumes as well?
A limited supply from the wardrobe store.
Splendid. They're certainly getting their money's worth. Whatever next? Scenery?
Mostly imagined or representational, sir.
Nonetheless, under the circumstances, good going.
Thank you, sir.
Despite the strong smell of mothballs. Anyway, onwards, Jeeves. What first occurred on this sunny morning in question?
Sunny afternoon, sir.
Already?
2:30 p.m.
Splendid.
First, I had to inform you that Miss Bing telephoned earlier, sir.
What? Again? What did she want this time?
She did not confide in me, sir. She merely laughed and hung up.
Laughed? That does not bode well, Jeeves. Contrary to the old saying, when Stiffy laughs, the rest of the world usually fails to see the funny side. What on earth was that, Jeeves?
An approximation of a doorbell, sir.
Oh, who is it?
I believe at this point in the narrative, Mr. Finknottle called.
Gussie? What did he want?
I will admit him, sir.
Oh, good idea. Apparently, at this point, enter Gussie, recluse and passionate student of pond life, with particular regard to newts.
Hello, Jeeves.
Good afternoon, Mr. Finknottle.
What ho, Gus? Good Lord. I thought it was him for a minute. Wonderful, Crunchy. Absolutely spot on.
Oh, thanks.
They're all rallying around, aren't they, Jeeves? Gratifying, isn't it?
Indeed, sir.
A friend in need is a friend in...
Indeed, sir.
Indeed he is. Crunchy Crabtree, everyone.
Hello. Hello.
Yes.
Hello.
Carry on, Crunchy.
Right. Hello, Bertie. I just wanted... The fact is, I need a favor.
Anything at all. You know me, Crunchy. Gussie, come and sit down.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jeeves. Now, Gussie, what can I do for you? Tell your Uncle Bertie.
I'll be blunt, Bertie. I'm in love.
Oh, I am sorry.
Oh, I've never been in love like this before, Bertie.
You'll get over it.
You've no idea how it feels.
No, on the whole, I've been very lucky.
She's just so...
Beautiful.
Yes.
Indescribable.
Yes.
Loving and tender.
Yes, yes.
Too good for this world.
That's her.
I know the sort.
If you'd met Madeline, if you'd met Madeline.
Yes, of course.
Oh, trying to describe Madeline is like...
Hang on a tick.
What?
Madeline who?
Oh, Madeline Angel Bassett.
Bassett?
Madeline Bassett.
Madeline Bassett?
Oh, Madeline Bassett. It's like music, isn't it?
It's like chalk on a blackboard. Madeline, daughter of Sir Watkin Bassett, magistrate of no fixed sentence.
Yes, the same one you gave my name to when you...
Yes, I've apologized for that. Yours was the first name that came into my head. I've said I'm very sorry. Heavens, I sent you a whole case of Bollinger, didn't I?
I don't even drink.
Nonetheless, it was one heck of a thought. Now, come along. Good grief. Madeline Bassett, sit down. This is serious.
Of course it's serious. I want to marry her.
I staggered back, appalled. Gussie, you can't be serious.
I love her, Bertie. There's no need to sneer and stagger about. Not everyone's like you.
No, but they can strive to be.
Oh, my problem is, well, it's me. I'm my own worst problem. I'm a coward. I'm terrified to ask her. I can't even get the words out.
A ray of hope.
Oh, and when they do come out, they're in the wrong order. It's the same with her father, Sir Watkin Bassett.
Well, hardly surprising, that.
But you see, the thing is, I'm going to Totley Towers this weekend. Madeline's invited me there. Oh, it's this weekend or never, Bertie. If I don't ask her and tackle Sir Watkin, I'll lose her forever. So, this is the plan. As soon as old Bassett arrives, I want you to pretend...
As soon as old who arrives?
Bassett. That's who we're talking about, aren't we?
Arrives where? Here? What on earth made him want to come here?
I asked him.
To my flat?
I'm afraid so. Only he doesn't know it's your flat, of course.
Well, whose flat does he think it is?
Mine.
Yours?
Well, I had to tell him somewhere. He said he was going to pick me up in his car and run me down to Totley. I mean, I couldn't very well tell him I haven't got a London address, except for the Drones Club, care of. And this is a very nice address.
It was. The tone of the neighborhood is dropping minute by minute. Anyway, my name's on the doorbell. How are you going to explain that?
No, my name's on the doorbell.
Your name?
I told him I was Bertram Wooster.
That you were... My knees all but gave way beneath me. I cannot believe I am hearing this.
Do get up, Bertie. Be reasonable. You gave him my name in court. I can't use that anymore, thanks to you. Oh, he's bound to remember the name, if not the face. Madeline says he's got a memory like an oyster. Oh. Fair's fair. You pinched my name. I've pinched yours, temporarily.
I am flabbergasted, axed as by a pole.
But he's merely going to pick me up here and off we'll go. It'll only be for a few days. It's a perfect, foolproof scheme. Madeline thought of it.
Madeline? Whose last original idea was that every time a fairy blows its nose, a baby's born?
The point is, once he sees what a decent sort I am, I'll reveal myself as the real Augustus Fink-Nottle.
And who will I be when he arrives?
Who he thinks you are, Augustus Fink-Nottle.
I'm sorry, I refuse to be someone else in my own house.
Oh, all right then, hide. You don't mind hiding, do you?
I certainly do.
No, suit yourself. It's too late to do anything now. He's coming and he thinks I'm you, so there.
Are you hearing all this, Jeeves?
I gather the gist, sir.
Jeeves, I am shattered by the fickleness of friends.
Friendship is constant in all other things save in the office and affairs of love. Might I suggest, sir, if we are to proceed with the deception that the flat belongs to Mr. Fink-Nottle, we might achieve greater verisimilitude were he to remove his hat and coat.
Good thinking!
Look, I have not yet agreed.
Oh, come on, Bertie, it isn't much to ask.
I shall have to consider. Jeeves,
Sir?
hold everything while the young master considers.
Very good, sir.
Who can that be?
Sir Watkin Bassett, I believe, sir.
Oh, good grief, right, yes.
Let him in, Jeeves.
Very good,
Oh,
sir.
no, wait, hang on a tick, do.
What do I do with
Oh,
this?
give it here.
Look, let him in, Jeeves, for heaven's
Well,
sake.
at least give me a chance to get out of... Oh, Lord!
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, is it? Ah, Mr. Wooster.
Ah, Sir Watkin, in come do.
Thank you. What a delightful flat.
Thank you.
I had no idea. No idea. Delightful.
Ah, well, you know, humble but hum.
I beg your pardon?
Please.
I trust you are not too uncomfortable, sir.
I am extremely uncomfortable, Jeeves. Kindly get rid of them.
Yes, sir.
Have you lived here long, Mr. Wooster?
No, I have bigger moved previously away here. Elsewhere, before, much. Only with circumstances, after all, it made no sense whatsoever. None at all.
I'm sorry?
Not it.
Would it be in order for me to serve some refreshment, sir?
Oh, rather, yes.
No, my man. Not for me. I shall be driving.
Sir?
No, I shall be passengering.
You don't drink, Mr. Wooster.
Never in life at all.
Admirable, admirable.
Jeeves!
Sir?
Bassett or no Bassett, I am about to narrate myself out of this position before I suffocate.
I believe the opportunity for you to do so will arise shortly, sir.
It had better, Jeeves. A human hat stand is no role for our hero.
What was your man doing there? He appeared to be conversing with that coat stand.
Ah, well, he's psychical slightly.
Just a minute. Aren't those feet?
Feet.
There at the bottom of the coat stand. Look! Quite clearly.
Shoes, those are.
Shoes, yes, but they have feet in them. Quite distinct feet. Whose feet are they?
Not mine.
Come out! Come out of there! You in the coat stand, we can see you. Come out at once.
Ah, hello there.
Good heavens.
How do you do?
What were you doing under those coats? Explain yourself at once.
Well, that's interesting.
You were trying to steal them, weren't you?
Certainly not.
Do you know this man, Wooster?
Yes, he does.
Who is he? What's he doing here?
I'm...
Just a moment. I've seen your face before.
No.
Very recently, yes. You've been up before me at the bench, surely, I'm almost certain. Bag snatching, that was it?
Bag snatching?
Called yourself Ink Bottle, Fink Bottle?
Nottle.
Nottle, yes. Augustus Fink-Nottle.
No, wrong chap.
A
Jeeves.
small step from bag snatching to coat stealing. Somebody call the police. Call the police, Mr.
Oh, no,
Wooster.
that's quite all right. Don't bother. Jeeves, that's quite all right. I'll just toddle along. Don't mind me. Jeeves.
Ah, Mr. Fink-Nottle, sir. I'd no idea you were still here. I thought you'd left.
Well, I was hardly here. I was just looking for my coat. Ah, yes, here we are.
That's my coat. What are you doing, putting on my coat?
Oh, so sorry. Slip of the tongue. Here you are.
Give that to me at once.
Frightfully sorry. My mistake. Sorry must dash.
You must be more careful, Mr. Wooster. This is obviously some new racket. Posing as a coat stand and making off with innocent people's clothing. Be very careful whom you admit in future, my man.
I can assure you, sir, he is a regular visitor of Mr. Wooster's. Harmless, if a trifle eccentric.
Really?
Oh, yes. Not even harm. He wouldn't flies. No.
Well, I'll take your word for it. But I should warn you, he does have a criminal record. Personally, I'd lock up my silver straight away.
If you will permit me for a moment to resume the narration. Having resolved the matter more or less satisfactorily, I prepared to see them out.
Are you ready, Wooster?
Oh, yes.
Then we'll away to Totley, shall we?
Right.
Madeline, I know, is anxious to see you.
She is. Oh, very marvelously.
At this point, I proceeded with my routine domestic duties.
Jeeves.
My daily routine was an ordered one.
Jeeves.
Excuse me. Sir,
What's going on in there, Jeeves?
I'm continuing the storyline, sir.
But I'm out here.
Welcome back, sir.
I don't believe any of this happened, Jeeves. Someone has been tampering with the fabric of this tale, if you ask me.
Surely not, sir.
I want no further unwelcome developments or sudden twists of fate. Is that understood? A slackening of tempo is decidedly called for.
Certainly, sir. Mr. Wooster commenced reading the morning paper. It was some 15 minutes later that his attention was drawn to an item under the heading Forthcoming Marriages. I quote, "The engagement is announced between Bertram Wilberforce Wooster of Berkeley Mansions W1 and Stephanie, daughter of the late Sir George and Mary Byng of Brighton Hall."
Jeeves,
Sir?
read that. I cannot believe what I am reading. Read that. Can this be true?
That is what is stated here, sir.
Not only was the news a shock to me, but Stiffy was the ward of our old friend Watkin Bassett. You can imagine the reception that this announcement would get from that quarter, or from other quarters. Honoria Glossop to name but several. But more of her anon. This announcement seemed at first the warped work of Bingo Little.
I think we would do better to suspect that it is the work of Miss Byng herself, sir.
You think so?
I suspect so. She may be trying to attract your attention.
In that she has succeeded. Well, there's nothing for it, Jeeves.
To Totley Towers, sir?
I fear so. A flying visit for all of 10 seconds.
In that case, sir, may I suggest...
By all means, Jeeves, suggest away.
May I suggest that if you intend visiting Totley Towers, you would do well to assume the nom de plume Augustus Fink-Nottle.
Ah, good point. Mr. Wooster
being already on his way there in the company of Sir Watkin.
I'm beginning not to like the sound of this plot, Jeeves. I will be gone but a trice, speaking to no one but Stiffy. Wait here. Hold the fort. Don't move. And go and fetch the car immediately.
Certainly, sir.
Ah, car. Is that a problem, Jeeves? Are the stage management up to the challenge?
Indeed they are, sir.
Is that it?
Yes, sir. Under the circumstances,
No expense spared, eh?
Needs must when the devil drives, sir.
Possibly, Jeeves. Though I doubt even he'd fancy his chances in this thing.
Sir?
Ah. Well. This doesn't look silly at all, does it?
Oh, no, sir.
It just doesn't feel quite convincing.
Perhaps an engine noise would help, sir.
Oh, yes, an engine noise. That'd do the trick. Splendid. Have we got one?
I thought it might come from you, sir.
From me?
Yes, sir.
An engine noise from me?
Precisely.
Sort of a brum, 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 that sort of thing?
Excellent, sir.
Brum, 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 brum. It doesn't sound silly, does it?
I can assure you, sir, were I to turn my back and close my eyes.
Ah, well, I'll be guided by you, Jeeves, this once. To continue our narrative, I started up the motor and set off in a generally westerly direction. Jeeves?
The engine, sir. Don't forget the engine noise.
Oh, no, right. Thank you, Jeeves. Brum, 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 and I set off in the general direction of Totley Towers, taking the A2. No, hang on. This isn't working at all, Jeeves. A chap can't be expected to do his own sound effects as well as bearing the brunt of the narrative. It's just not on.
In that case, sir, may I suggest that whilst you provide the admirable engine sounds, I continue with the narration.
That would be a lot simpler, I must say.
Very good, sir. To continue. Mr. Wooster made excellent time and had soon left the London suburbs behind him and was on the main Dorset Road by 3:30 p.m. The weather was seasonally pleasant, and Mr. Wooster felt a lightness of spirit as he passed through some glorious countryside.
Just a minute, this is no earthly good either.
Sir?
From leading man, I've now been recast as a full supporting sound effect. And I can assure you, Jeeves, that these good people did not turn out in their thousands, hundreds, in their tens, to have yours truly cast in the role of second piston. Now, enough is enough.
I apologize, sir.
We will imagine the car engine, Jeeves. We are already imagining the running boards, the wheels, the seats, the interior, and the entire outer chassis. What's an engine, more or less? Ozzy, please, some music, if you will, suitable for a motoring narrative. Ah, thank you. That's much better. I've invariably found that feet kept on the ground allow the grass to grow. Oh, this is really rather splendid once you get the hang of it. Check. Your mirrors front and rear slip smoothly into gear, then hit the road and go. Feel the piston steady beat, the camshaft neath your feet, that big end start to fly.
May I advise a modicum of caution, sir?
He who hesitates is lost. Burn bridges once they're crossed. Don't stop to say goodbye.
There is a blind corner approaching, sir.
My philosophy's to travel hopefully and making each day that I survive an opportunity to share the company that welcomes me when I arrive. Hark, the missile thrushes cry, the hedgerows rushing by, the curlew on the wing.
That is a crow, sir.
List some distant church's bells, midst bracing country smells, those fields of golden thing.
Corn, sir.
My philosophy's to travel hopefully and making each day that I survive an opportunity to share the company that welcomes me when I arrive. Travel's broadened out my mind until today you'll find
the widest head I know.
Thank you, Jeeves. You did say wisest, didn't you?
Yes, sir.
Every traveler I meet, I'll always stop to greet.
Be careful how you go, sir.
My philosophy's to travel hopefully and making each day that I survive an opportunity to share the company that welcomes me when I arrive.
So intent was Mr. Wooster upon savouring the delights of the journey.
Travel hopefully with me, and I will guarantee there'll be no pause for doubt.
But he failed to notice a solitary hitchhiker.
Hit the nearest country track. No time for looking back. Look onward and look out! Ah! Lord! Jeeves, have I hit something?
I fear so, sir.
A sheep?
No, sir.
A duck?
A person, sir.
Oh, Lord, one of those. I'd better have a look. I don't remember this bit.
I understand that the third party does, sir.
Ah, I say, hello. Are you all right?
My legs, they've gone.
No, they're both still there.
I think they're broken.
Really? That's a bit awkward. I'm not quite sure what to do about that. I should think you need splints. I'm afraid I don't carry splints. Sorry.
Perhaps you could lift me into your car?
Oh, yes, righto. Here, let me...
As Mr. Wooster turned the stranger over onto his back, he let out a gasp of surprise.
Why did I do that, Jeeves?
The stranger turned out to be none other than one of Mr. Wooster's oldest friends.
Paddy Wooster!
Hello, oldest friend. Who is he?
Mr. Bingo Little, sir.
Bingo!
thought I recognized that voice. How are you, and what are you doing here?
Oh, I'm just on my way to... You can walk.
Not if I can help it. Not a step farther. Give us a lift. There's a good chap.
Oh, hop in. I thought I'd run you over. What on earth are you doing pacing the open road?
Oh, I'm on this ghastly charity jaunt, hiking for hedgehogs.
I beg your pardon?
Well, apparently these wretched hedgehogs insist on crossing the road to breed. And they're getting mown down in their thousands, and these people are raising money to build them a tunnel.
Good heavens! Is that your new passion, then?
No. If they insist on crossing the roads without looking both ways, that's their lookout. I don't give a damn either way.
Then why?
I'm doing it for someone who does give a damn.
Who?
Honoria.
Honoria? Honoria?
Oh, keep saying it. Honoria.
Honoria Glossop?
Do you know her?
There can't possibly be two.
Do you know Honoria?
Yes, formerly. We were both... You know.
No, you were both what?
Engaged.
Engaged?
Oh, years ago, not anymore. She chucked me over, I'm delighted to say. Oh, terrific woman, mind you. Bags of what it takes, but not my type.
Are you sure?
Oh, yes, absolutely positive. She's all yours, Bingo.
Oh, I wish I could say she was.
Oh, not running smoothly?
Well, she thinks she thinks I'm a bit hopeless.
She never struck me as that shrewd.
She chucked you over. She can't be that stupid. No, well, you know Honoria. She's so physically magnificent, isn't she?
Oh, rather. Looks good at the weigh-in.
Whereas I'm not so physically
magnificent.
If you want to put it like that. So I've been trying to impress her.
By walking for hedgehogs?
Well, we set out together. Me, Honoria, the whole field of about 200 walkers. Only
200? Where are the others?
Well, they're somewhere along the road there. About 5 miles ahead by now.
And where's Honoria?
About 10 miles ahead, probably. I couldn't take it, Bertie. I got this ghastly stitch about 500 yards after we'd started. I pretended to have something in my shoe. Carry on, I said. I'll catch you up. Oh, yeah. Now look at me.
Well, don't worry. I'll give you a lift. We'll catch them up in no time.
But what if she sees me? I can't accept lifts. She'll know I've cheated.
We'll avoid her. I know every highway and byway round here. Every nook and lay-by like the back of my hand. We'll cut round ahead of them, and then you can hide till they catch you up.
Okay, if you're sure.
Trust Wooster. Hop in and enjoy the ride.
Oh, sounds sweet.
Goes like a bird. Hold on to your hat.
Hey, this is more like it.
My philosophy's to travel hopefully and making each day that I survive an opportunity to share the company that welcomes me when I arrive. Travel hopefully with me, let all your thoughts run free.
We can't have come this far.
What's that?
Nothing.
Till with any luck you'll feel your inner voice reveal
just where the hell we are.
Hopeful travelers, me and you.
Every highway and byway, eh?
Yes.
Every nook and lay-by.
We can't be far away.
Far away from what?
Somewhere.
What are you talking about? We're miles from anywhere. Oh, no.
What?
It's Honoria up ahead there. It's Honoria. What am I going to do?
All right. Don't panic. She hasn't seen you yet.
She's coming this way.
Get in the back. Quick. Crouch down in the back. Ah! Look, conveniently, a rug. Crouch down and I'll cover you up. What if she won't? Trust Wooster. Hello!
Hello. I wonder if you could possibly give me, why, Bertram. Bertram Wooster!
Honoria, heavens!
What a nice surprise! What are you doing here?
Oh, just on my way to Totley.
Totley? That's where I'm staying. Just been there, did you say?
No, I'm just going there.
Well, you're pointing the wrong way, you chump.
Really? Fancy.
Mind if I catch a lift?
Oh, no, please do. Here, let me help you with your, Oh.
Hang on, old weedy. Let me. Sling it in the back, shall I?
Absolutely. No!
What on earth was that?
Suspension. Old cars, you know.
Sounded like a chicken. Shouldn't be doing this. Cheating, really. Should be walking. We're doing this hedgehog walk. Wonderful cause. Have you heard about it?
Oh, yes, famous.
Only I seem to have lost my partner. Seems he may have turned out a bit of a weed. He was somewhere back, so I thought I'd wait for him. Took off my boots to rest my feet. Swished the toes in the long grass.
Sounds a joy.
And guess what? I went and trod on a hedgehog.
Oh, dear. Poor little thing.
Oh, Bertram. That's so sweet of you to care. I'm all right, really. Just a few spines. Better get it checked, I suppose. Tell you what, could you drop me off at the cottage hospital? It's on your way. Turn around. I'll direct you. You always were a bit hopeless, weren't you, Bertram? I think that's why I fell in love with you.
Ha, 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 ha. Ho, 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 ho.
It's also the reason you finally drove me utterly bonkers, but it is good to see you again. It's as if fate had meant it.
Yes, it probably did, knowing fate.
Oh, look!
Where? Whoops!
Keep your eyes on the road, Bertie.
Sorry, these boxes. Not awfully good on road holding.
Did you see that couple there?
Can't say I did.
Standing by the tree.
Really? Was it raining?
That was nearly us back there.
Don't quite follow.
Nearly you and me.
Oh, yes, I see.
Bertie, you've been badly neglected. You need a wife who'll correct it. The secret with men, of course, is to treat them a bit like horses. Did you see those lovers there?
No, I think they were pheasants, actually.
Even you could see.
Oh, lovers. I thought you said plovers, sorry.
Oh, so nearly us back there.
Really? Nearly ran them over then.
Nearly you and me.
Oh, appeared to be running out of cardboard.
Could it be we took some wrong turning? Is this a lesson worth learning? Can't you see that couple there could well have been you and me?
Humpback Bridge!
That was nearly us back there. Wouldn't you concur?
Hairpin band, hang on!
He was so like you back there. I could have been her.
No, I think they were both very much shorter.
Here you are so vital, attractive. Would that your brain was as active. You're nobody's intellectual. You hot-blooded heterosexual.
Oh, now,
Was
simmer
it
down.
any lucky chance brought us here today? Victims both of circumstance, meeting you this way. It's as though our lives had been frozen back on the path we'd both chosen, giving us a fleeting glimpse of all that was meant to be. That was surely us back there. It's as clear as day. If we'd both kept faith back there, hadn't lost away.
Oh, nearly there. Here's the village.
What if we defied a dull convention, stood up to shout intention?
Steady.
If we followed our heart's volition and shared our last inhibition.
Here we are at last.
That's our future life back there.
Cheerio, then.
Bertie, can't you see?
You'd better hop in there, smartish.
That was meant for us back there.
You don't want to get gangrene.
Of a man to be. Time we took the plain facts and faced them, turned in our tracks and retraced them. Back to when that couple there so clearly were you and me.
Oh, Lord.
You swine, Bertie!
Sorry?
You complete and utter... Words fail me. Have you no feelings? No.
I'm not quite with you.
That was the woman I love. And there you are. You're just openly flirting with her. You're seducing her. If I hadn't had that wretched rucksack on my head, I'd have knocked you down then and there. When you knew that I was in the back there. God, you're a cold man, Wooster.
What are you talking about, seducing her? I barely said a word to the woman.
There are other ways. There are secret signs and smirks and signals.
I had my hands on the wheel, my feet on the pedals, and my eyes on the road. So unless I was being extremely inventive with my ears, I can't imagine how I managed that.
Is Honoria still in love with you, do you think?
Oh, I hope not, for both our sakes.
I knew it.
Oh,
I
come
knew
on,
it.
don't start crying.
I'm the only woman that I have ever loved. I knew it. Don't you? I'll never forgive you for this, Bertie. Never.
A nightmare journey, Jeeves.
I imagine it was, sir. I was still in London, of course.
And where was I? Oh, yes, parking the car at the bottom of the drive. Screech. I stole through a gap in the hedge and entered the grounds of Totley Towers. Oh, good Lord.
A gramophone record, sir.
Splendid. I can smell the lawn. Gathering my bearings, the very first thing I did was to... What was the very first thing I did, James?
The first thing you did, sir, was narrowly to avoid Miss Bassett.
Madeline? She was here?
Heading this way, sir.
And I hid?
You did, sir.
Where? Where? There's nowhere to hide. Props, quickly, props!
It's immaterial, sir, since Miss Bassett was... somewhat overcome.
This is all starting to come back to me, Jeeves. And I don't like it one little bit. If I'm not mistaken, the second thing that happened...
The second thing that happened, sir, was that you ran into Mr. Budge.
Cyrus Budge?
Yes, sir.
Junior?
Yes, sir.
The third?
The self-same, sir. And behold, here he comes.
Oh, surely we can leave him out of...
What did I say? What did I say? Maddie! Hey, Maddie! Oh. Hi.
Ah.
Cyrus Budge. Hi.
Hello, Bertram Wooster. No, sorry, rather I'm not Bertram Wooster.
You're Bertram Wooster?
Sometimes.
Yes? And sometimes William Shakespeare, eh? And I'm occasionally Mark Twain. Cyrus Budge. I'm happy to meet you, Wooster. Say, is that Wooster as in Worcestershire sauce?
No, more like Wooster as in chicken.
Chicken. Yeah. I heard you were staying here. You drove down with Pop Bassett, right?
Yes, so I did. One of me did.
He told me he was bringing you down. I would have been here to greet you, only I've been taking part in this run.
Run?
Yes, the Hedgehog Run. You hear about that?
Oh, yes. I thought it was a walk.
A walk?
So I understood, a 20-mile walk.
Oh, heck! I ran it! Isn't that typical? I couldn't figure why there was no one else in the race. No one at the finish line, so I came on home. Just gonna play some tennis. You want to join us?
No, I'm afraid I've got one or two things that I really must...
Sure.
Really
Good to meet you, Wooster. Say, isn't she something? Madeline? The girl who just ran by, isn't she sensational? I saw her for the first time this morning. I fell in love straight away. How about that? She's just so
beautiful,
yes,
indescribable,
yes,
loving and tender.
Yes, all
too
that.
Good for this world.
That's her. You know her then?
Very, very barely.
The trouble is, she's in love with this other guy. Think Nuttall. You know him?
No.
One of the maids told me. He's some kind of criminal, apparently. That was the cause of the row just now. I just said to Maddie, if I ever meet him, I'd break his neck. Kind of upset her.
Well, these English girls, very sensitive.
And that's why we love them, eh? What line you in?
Line? Well...
Buying and selling?
No, more coming and going, really.
Yeah. Me? I'm in jelly.
Jelly?
My old man, he owns the largest jelly plant in the whole United States.
Gosh.
That's why I'm over here. I am here to push jelly, Wooster. I hear the British are big jelly consumers. Is that right?
Oh, yes, you bet. A spot of cream, a cold custard.
Custard. Oh, no, my mistake. Correction, that's Jell-O. I'm talking about, what do you call them here? Preserves? Jam. That's it.
Ah, jam. Well, now you're talking.
You fond of jam, Wooster?
Oh, yes. Come tea time, stands the church clock at 10 to 3, and is there jam, and so on, for tea.
You know how many jars we sell each year?
Couldn't hazard a guess.
27 million.
Wow.
Jars.
Woo.
And the biggest selling flavor? Care to guess at that?
Prune?
Prune? We didn't even make prune.
Ah, well, can't help you, I'm afraid.
Would it be a clue if I told you it wasn't strawberry?
Well, look now, I've just seen the time. I'm sorry. I'd love to hang around and natter jam with you all day, but
sure.
I really...
Get me going on jelly and... See you at tea time?
Oh, probably not. I have to go and look at a wall.
A wall? Sure. See you around.
Absolutely. I made a mental note to warn Gussie when I next saw him that another item looming on his troubled horizon was a potential rival in the shape of one jelly magnet, Cyrus Budge. Junior or senior, if it came to trial by brute force, I had no doubt where I was putting my money.
Oh, there you are, at last.
Miss Bing, sir.
Stiffy, the very person. I want a word with you.
At last? What does one have to do to get you down here?
I want a strong word.
Come on, follow me.
Where are we going?
Somewhere that isn't quite such a public highway. Through here.
What's this?
The maze. Nobody ever comes in here. Follow on.
Do you know your way round it?
Yes, of course. Used to spend hours in here when I was a kid. Only sure way to get away from Madeline. She never followed me in here. She was far too scared.
Yes, all right, this is deep enough. Now listen. What I have to say to you, Stiffy, can be said very briefly. I do not take kindly to having our engagement announced in the Times. I have never proposed to you, and I don't intend to.
Save your breath. There's someone else anyway.
Who?
Harold Pinker.
Stinker?
Don't call him that. His name is Harold.
Then, if you're engaged to Stinker, why announce you're engaged to me?
I'm not engaged to Harold, but I want to be. I have to be. Only Uncle Watkin, he doesn't think Harold is suitable.
What's old Bassett got against Stinker?
I don't know. He says Harold's got no money and he breaks everything.
Well, he's absolutely right, of course. Stinker's a one-man tornado.
He's not. He's just shy, and when he gets shy, he gets...
destructive.
accidentally destructive. And if I can't marry him, something else will get broken. Only this time, it will be my heart. Oh, he's just so...
Beautiful, indescribable, loving, intended, too good for this world. Well, I'm awfully happy for you both, Stiffy. I really am. I wish you the best of luck, and kindly leave me out of it.
We need your help, Harold and I. We have a plan.
Then you should have asked me properly instead of announcing our engagement, for heaven's sake.
But how else was I to get you here? You ignored all my phone calls and my telegrams.
Because I know you only too well, Stiffy. Well, enough to give you a very wide berth when you're hatching stupid plans. I'm sorry, I'm going. Goodbye, he said firmly.
You'll be sorry if you do, Bertie.
Not half as sorry as if I stick around here.
You know me, Bertie. I could be so grateful. Really, really grateful. A good friend forever. Wouldn't that be nice?
I'm not too sure.
You don't want me to be an enemy, surely, Bertie. I could be such an awful enemy. I don't think you'd want that. Not really. Would you? Would you? Deep in love's maze, there my heart strays, caught in a flurry of worry and doubt. Down love's pathways, there my heart plays, whispering secrets it's longing to shout. All I need's a sympathetic friend to help me find a way to leap. Love's maze is a magical labyrinth, close paths hidden far from gaze. Love's maze is for lovers in jeopardy, lost there in a rainbow haze. Won't you save me? Please assist me. Help me decipher its intricate ways. Love has touched me, love has kissed me, holding me prisoner deep in this maze.
Well, you can't blame me. Cupid never pays. You'll saunter around for days inside
Love's maze is a mystical wonderland, conceals what the heart conveys. Love's maze is a puzzle in paradise, misleads all the eye surveys.
I did warn you. I have sworn to steer a wide berth, for I know to my cost it's predicted, self-inflicted. People in mazes do tend to get lost.
All I need's a very special friend to rescue me from here inside. Love's maze is a crazy kaleidoscope, all roads leading different ways. Love's maze like a swaying calliope, one dance where the piper pays. Love's maze is a hatter's mad party time, one feast lasting nights and days. Love's maze is a fireworks spectacular, bright skies as the bonfires blaze. All praise as we dance in its corridors, all part of these grand displays. Behold every lover who's ever born, all lost in their own love's maze. All I need's a little help from you.
You'll never drag me there inside.
Love's maze is a crazy kaleidoscope, all roads leading different ways. Love's maze like a swaying calliope, one dance where the piper pays. Love's maze is a hatter's mad party time, one feast lasting nights and days. Love's maze is a fireworks spectacular, bright skies as the bonfires blaze. Love's maze, far from gaze. Love's maze, lost there in the rainbow haze. All praise as we dance in its corridors, all part of these grand displays. Behold every lover who's ever born, all lost in their own love's maze.
No. I'm sorry, Stiffy. Once a Wooster's made up his mind, that's it, I'm afraid. Sorry.
I must remember to make sure Uncle Watkin reads his Times this evening. He always sits down with it after dinner.
Doesn't matter to me. He thinks I'm Augustus Finknottle anyway.
But earlier this afternoon, Uncle Watkin came down with someone he believed to be you. Someone whom Madeline greeted as Bertie Wooster, though it obviously wasn't you.
You didn't say anything, did you?
Oh, nothing to do with me. Madeline plays her own silly games. Oh, but who was that person, Bertie? Was that the real Mr. Finknottle?
Yes, Gussie.
Well, he's not going to be very popular with Uncle Watkin, is he? Bertie Wooster coming down and asking to marry his daughter, when all the time he's apparently engaged to me. Oh, that's going to get your friend into dreadfully hot water when Uncle Watkin reads about it this evening. Oh, still, nothing to do with you, is it, Bertie? No, you go back to town. Leave your friend to face the music.
You're appalling, Stiffy. You're absolutely the final straw on the camel's back in the last ditch. Well, what do you want me to do then?
I want you to stay here and think about it. I'll be back later with Harold. We'll tell you our plan. Wait there, Bertie. See you later.
Oh, Stiffy, Stiffy, you can't leave me in here. Stiffy, how do I get out? Which way's the out?
Bye! Bye, Bertie!
It took me several minutes to find my way out of the maze. Yes, what is it, Jeeves?
To be strictly accurate, it took you several hours.
Oh, well, minutes, hours, Jeeves, what's the difference? Stage license. Very well, it took me several hours to find my way out of the maze. What time did I get out, for heaven's sake?
9:30, sir.
At night?
Yes, sir.
Did I miss dinner?
And tea, sir.
Oh.
Before you were rescued.
Rescued? Who by?
By...
Who's that making that din in there? Who's that in my maze?
Hello?
Who's that in there?
It's me.
Good heavens! It's Finknottle.
Hello again.
What are you doing in my maze?
I'm so sorry. I was just taking a stroll round. I lost all sense of time.
Well, come out. Come out at once.
Certainly. Right, is it?
No, left. You turn left, then right, then right.
Right.
No, not right, left.
Yes, I meant left, right.
He's completely deranged. Wooster's manservant was absolutely right. Right!
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 Left!
Right!
Left!
Right!
Left!
Right! Right. Thanks most frightfully.
I shan't even begin to ask what you were doing in there, why you're here at all, what brought you here. Oh, there's no point. You're obviously one of these people who are just suddenly here without a rhyme or apparent reason. Well, we better learn to live with it, hadn't we? Tomorrow you'll probably materialize in my bathroom. Or lying underneath the billiard table, who can tell?
I came to see Stiffy.
I presume you are referring to my niece, Stephanie.
That's the one.
Yes, that would explain a little, knowing some of her friends. Well, you'd better come and join us for coffee, I suppose. At least then we'll know where you are.
Beautiful night.
Oh, yes, indeed. Cyrus, let me introduce you to Mr. Fink.
Fink, we've met. Hello again.
Yes, we met earlier, Mr. Wu.
Woo, who needs no introduction?
Good. Good. Well, let me see if I can rustle you up some coffee.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, by the way, Cyrus, you haven't inadvertently picked up my copy of the Times, have you? I appear to have mislaid it.
Ah.
No, I have my own copy. You want to borrow mine?
If I may, I might just glance through it in bed.
I'll leave it out for you.
Thank you so much. I won't be a second, Mr.
No hurry.
Feeling better?
Sorry?
They were saying earlier Wooster's ill. Stomach upset, was it? When you didn't come down to dinner, when you stayed up in your room, I guessed it was probably stomach.
Yes. Gussie obviously overcome with pre-Madeline nerves.
You missed a great dinner.
Did I?
Mind you, I couldn't eat my usual. She was sitting opposite me. Those eyes, boy. Have you ever noticed her eyes? Madeline's eyes? They glow. Sort of incandescence. Color like a delicate, a very delicate shade of boysenberry. Do you care for boysenberry?
Never tried it.
It's your lucky day. We've got some for breakfast. It's like across
Goodo, look, do excuse me, but I must just go and have a look in that ditch over there.
Ditch?
Hobby of mine.
Ditch.
Oh,
Well, hi. Here's someone I've not met.
Oh, hello.
Cyrus Budge, how do you do?
Right, my name's
But surely you've met Gussie, haven't you, Matt?
Gussie, no,
Gussie. Unusual name, like liquid watermelon.
Yes?
But I thought we agreed.
No, Gussie, not just at the moment. At present, I'm Bertram Wooster.
What's that?
I'm Bertram Wooster.
Yes, I know you are.
Yes, of course. Well, I just thought I'd reintroduce myself. We do that. After dinner. Over here. Quite a bit.
That a fact? Is that a tradition?
Yes. Can't think how it started. Probably everyone's so drunk by then they need to. It's an English tradition. We like to say hello. We hope by shaking hands that we'll recall your name. We work on their faces, remembering faces, but that's about all. I know you're somebody, something. It's on the tip of my tongue. You're either Edith Sitwell or the Bowstreak Beak. I'll know who you are the moment you speak. But meanwhile, just put it right there. How do you do?
How do you do?
How do you do?
Hello again.
How goes it all?
Good day to you.
You keeping fit?
So great to meet you.
It's been an age.
A tiny world.
How do you?
How do you?
How do you?
How do you?
How do you do?
How's life with you?
Good evening, all.
You're looking well.
Well, hi there, stranger.
Surprise, surprise.
What could be nicer meeting like this? I confess I've forgotten who on earth you can be. It could be your Nijinsky or the man next door.
How do you?
How do you?
How do you?
How do you?
How do you do?
You're either Pablo Picasso
or maybe Harpo Marx.
You might be Sarah Bernhardt. No, you're Wittgenstein.
Whoever I am, though, the pleasure's all mine.
Let's take it and shake it right there.
Well, fancy this.
It's surely not.
I can't believe.
Good Lord alive.
How long's it been?
You've hardly changed.
You've lost some weight.
I can't believe it.
It's been a while.
You're just the same.
How do you?
How do you?
How do you?
How do you?
How do you do?
What brings you here?
How's life back home?
How's business been?
And how's your father?
My sainted aunt. What could be better meeting like this? Though I haven't an inkling, not a clue who you are. You could be Amy Johnson.
No, I'm Al Capone. How do you?
How do you?
How do you?
How do you?
How do you do?
Aren't you Marlena Dietrich?
I think I'm Bernard Shaw.
It really doesn't matter who on earth you are. The truth of it all is our friendship's been far too long now to bother with names. Just another episode in the Wooster Moral Code. Let's extend the hand of greeting. Hello there, whoever you are. How do you do?
That's great. Great tradition.
We're fond of it.
I'm sorry, what did you say your name was?
Oh, Think Knottle.
Cyrus Budge. I'm happy to meet you. Hey, one moment there. Hold hard. Hold hard! Hold hard there, feller. Think Knottle. Think Knottle. Now I know who you are, of course. You're the guy who's in danger of standing in my way here.
Sorry?
Aren't you the one who's sweet on Madeline?
Well, what about it?
Well, hear this, boy. Let it be known that from this moment on, you have some serious competition. And I mean serious competition. Okay?
Competition. Who from?
From me, right?
Oh, yes!
I do apologize, Mr. Finknottle, for taking so long. They had to make fresh coffee, apparently. Well, here we are, better late than never.
Thank you!
Why, I say, that was really intense.
Oh, it doesn't matter at all.
I can have some more brought out.
No.
Hello there. Let me reintroduce myself. Cyrus Budge III, Jr.
Hello. Yes.
And you'll be?
Watkin Bassett. We just had dinner together.
Hi there. Did I do it wrong?
Perfect.
Another madman.
I was just saying to Mr. Finknoddle here, we may have a dispute on our hands.
Oh, dear, really? What about?
About your daughter, the lovely Madeline. I'm afraid she's breaking hearts left and center. Worst comes to the worst, we fellers may have to resort to traditional methods. Fight for the lady's hand.
Well, I hope it won't come to that.
Well, if she's unable to choose between us and Mr. Finknoddle refuses to step down, we may be verging on the confrontational here.
Mr. Finknoddle. Oh, I don't think you have to worry about Mr. Finknoddle.
No?
No. At least I certainly hope not. No, it's Mr. Wooster you have to watch out for.
Really? Mr. Wooster as well? How many guys is she seeing?
Guys? Just one guy I trust.
Oh, Mr. Finknoddle seems to think he's in there with a chance.
Well, he's not. He certainly is not. It's just Mr. Wooster.
Mr. Wooster!
And I'm sure Mr. Wooster can take care of himself.
Oh, you think he can, huh? Well, so can Mr. Budge.
And so can Mr. Wooster.
Yes, I heard him the first time. You keep out of this. I'm talking here to Mr. Wooster.
Well, then you'd better talk to Mr. Wooster, surely.
Oh, I'm talking to Mr. Wooster.
Yes, well, be a good fellow and go talk to Mr. Wooster.
Mr. Wooster?
This is Mr. Wooster.
Wait a minute, hold hard. You're Mr. Wooster?
Yes, I'm Wooster.
You're Wooster as well?
As well as what?
As well as this Wooster. There's two Woosters. Is that it? You're both called Wooster?
No, this one's Wooster. There's only one Wooster.
Well, who's this one if he's not Wooster?
That's Mr. Finknoddle.
How do you do?
How do you do?
How do you do?
Hello again.
How goes it all?
Good day to you.
You keeping fit?
So great to meet you.
It's been an age.
A tiny world.
How do you do? How do you do?
Oh, no, my dear. Oh, don't catch cold out here, will you?
Oh, Daddy, don't fuss. I'm terribly strong, really. Hello, Bertie. This is a nice surprise.
Hello.
Oh, yes. Sorry. Hello.
She doesn't seem to know who's who either.
Well, people do tend to get us muddled. Same coloring.
Good evening, Madeline. You're looking quite beautiful this evening.
Thank you, Cyrus.
Maybe you'd care to take a walk later.
Well, that would depend on whether Mr. Wooster has any objections.
You don't have any objections, do you, Wooster? He has no objections.
Well, in that case, fine. I'd love to, Cyrus.
My dear, I don't think you've met our other guest, Mr. Finknoddle. Have you met Mr. Finknoddle?
Hello there.
Daddy, that's not Mr. Finknoddle. That's... Oh.
What's that, my dear?
Nothing.
What are you saying? Are you saying that's not Mr. Finknoddle?
Well, maybe it is, on second thoughts.
No, come now. You've just this minute said that it wasn't. Now, who is it if it's not Mr. Finknoddle?
It's... somebody else.
I knew there was something fishy here. I knew it.
Who are you? You'd better tell us now.
Yeah, you'd better.
You're not Mr. Finknoddle.
And you're not Mr. Wooster.
No, I'm Mr. Wooster.
Gus is Mr. Wooster.
So, who are you?
Who the hell are you?
Ah, well, game's up, I see. The point is, I've been traveling incognito, hoping not to be recognized, and now the cover's blown. Oh dear, well, worth a try anyway. A few precious minutes of anonymity, away from the hurly-burly of the public eye, the searchlight of the popular...
Just tell us your name, feller.
Little.
Little?
Little.
Mr. Little. My friends tend to call me Bingo.
Woo! I see. Well, it's as good a name as any other, I suppose.
Pretty good going under the circumstances, wouldn't you say so, Jeeves?
Extremely enterprising. I congratulate you, sir.
Thank you.
There was just one small fly, though, in an otherwise unsullied ointment, sir.
Oh, yes, don't tell me.
Good heavens.
I might have known it.
Hello, everyone. Hello, Bertie.
Hello.
Just been for an after-dinner walk. Guess who I met in the village? My friend and missing walking companion. You remember I told you about him? They very kindly walked back with me.
Yes.
Hello there. Cyrus Budge III, Junior. And your name, sir, is...
Oh, yes. I'm...
Good heavens! I've just this minute seen who it is. Good Lord, my dear chap, I didn't recognize you for a minute. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a quite extraordinary coincidence. This is none other than the real Mr. Finknottle. Everyone meet Gussie. Gussie, say hello to everyone.
Hello.
How do you?
How do you?
Hold it. That's quite enough of that, thank you.
All right, then, let's take a break.
Trying to help.
Is that really what happened, Jeeves?
I think we may have simplified it slightly, sir.
Good Lord. Any sign of that banjo?
Not yet, sir.
Oh. Better stick with the narrative then, eh?
Advisable, sir.
Think they're following it? This lot?
Impossible to tell, sir.
Well, see if they're still here when we come back, eh?
An excellent suggestion, sir. An acid test.
Care for a quick one?
Perhaps a small tonic wine, sir.
My treat, Jeeves.
Thank you, sir.
Jolly good. Still here. Most of them. What news of the Kentish banjo, Jeeves?
The driver has just telephoned. It is on its way, sir.
Splendid. Any moment now then, eh, Jeeves?
Any, sir.
In the meantime, I suppose we had better resume our tale, and so we shall. Where were we?
May I, sir?
Yes, of course.
We resume the narrative a few moments later. We are still in the grounds of Totley Towers. It is 9:45 p.m. Sir Watkin Bassett has retired to the house, somewhat confused by the varying identity of many of his guests. If you will recall, the real Mr. Finknottle was masquerading as Mr. Wooster, whilst the real Mr. Wooster was masquerading as Mr. Little. Miss Glossop had gone indoors to change, following her walk with Mr. Little, now known as Mr. Finknottle. Meanwhile, Mr. Cyrus Budge III, Junior, had taken advantage of the confusion to take Miss Bassett for a walk in the rose garden.
The bounder. And Stiffy, I never feel easy unless I know where she is.
I understand she is presently collecting the Reverend Mr. Pinker from the station, sir, off the last train. He was due to arrive earlier on the 5:26, but there was some slight accident.
Accident?
The Reverend Mr. Pinker boarded the train at Paddington, slammed the door rather too hard, and derailed it, sir.
Sounds probable. And me, where was I?
More or less where you're standing now, sir. In animated discussion with Mr. Finknottle, currently Mr. Wooster, and Mr. Little, currently...
Yes, that will do, Jeeves.
But I wish you'd both stop claiming this was my fault.
Who else's? If you and Madeline hadn't concocted this half-witted scheme, Bingo and I would have been happily about our business.
Nobody asked you down here, did they?
Let's just say I had an offer it was very hard to say no to.
Don't try and evade things. I know why you came, Bertie. There's no need to lie.
I came because of Stiffy. She went and put this announcement in the time.
Lie to me, Bertie. I know why you came. You came because of Honoria.
Honoria?
She told me just now.
Honoria?
While we were walking up from the village. That's why she came to see me at the hotel. So she could tell me in person. God, she's so considerate.
Tell you what?
That she'd realized she'd made a terrible mistake. That you were the only man she could ever love. Damn you. That as soon as she saw you arriving like a knight in armor, her words, not mine, snake in sheep's clothing, would be nearer the mark. That as soon as she saw you, she vowed never to let you go again.
Oh, grief.
She apologized to me for any false hope she may have aroused. And if that wasn't enough, she then said the worst thing she could possibly say. She said she hoped we could both stay friends.
Oh, listen, this is appalling. I had no idea. I mean, it was pure coincidence meeting...
Bertie. Don't. Don't insult me, please. Credit me with a modicum of intelligence. As an ex-friend, you might at least do that.
This is absurd. Gussie, talk to him.
Talk to him? Why should I talk to him? I'm not even talking to you. Thanks to you, I may have lost Madeline forever. She has gone off somewhere with Budge. I'll be lucky ever to see her again.
Oh, don't be so ridiculous. Madeline would never go off with Budge. Not when she has you. What? Spend the rest of her life talking jam? She knows which side her bread's buttered, don't you worry. She's not that stupid. Yes, I see what you mean.
I am never speaking to you again, Bertie, and that's it.
Nor am I.
Oh, terrific. Right, I see. Well, be like that. See if I care. At this point, we appear to have run out of narrative. Jeeves.
Sir?
I think the story's in need of a... What do you call those things?
Deus ex machina, sir.
Sounds like the chap. Any chance of one turning up shortly? Only...
One about to arrive, sir.
Thank heavens for that. Who?
Me, sir.
You? Re-entering the narrative, you mean?
If I may be permitted, sir.
Oh, yes, of course. Just the chap. Where are you going?
To make an entrance, sir.
Oh, absolutely. Carry on. There you are, you see. It is patently clear any awkwardness here can be cleared up in less than a trice. Our identities switch, who is who, which is which. We're in need of some solid advice. There's a painfully simple solution. It's as plain as the nose on your face.
By gad!
By gosh!
By heck!
By gum!
By rabbit's foot!
By kingdom come!
By all my sainted aunt believes.
By George!
By Jove!
By Jeeves. When we're faced with the grind of exerting the mind, we are filled with a deep sense of dread.
How on earth, I hear cries, does one give exercise to a thing that's in bed in your head?
What we need is a free-range consultant.
Where on earth do you find one of those?
By hook, by crook,
By way, by pass,
By sea, by air,
by road,
by grass,
by 7 dwarfs,
by 40 thieves,
By George, by Jove, by Jeeves.
by shuttlecock,
by croquet hoop,
by Panama,
by Windsor soup,
by all those cards tucked up his sleeves,
By George, by Jove, by Jeeves. Our collective IQ of around 42 cannot cope, to be perfectly frank. All true leaders of men delegate now and then, try to keep their minds totally blank, to appreciate loftier matters.
things that mostly go over my head.
by Derby Day,
by nursery tea,
By moose,
by spoons,
by 3:30,
by every tender breast that heaves,
By George, by Jove, by Jeeves.
by marmalade,
by bowler hat,
by toothpaste tube,
by Burmese cat,
by baby newts,
by autumn leaves,
By George, by Jove, by Jeeves. Behold how Jeeves with sleight of hand conceives a scheme so carefully planned. Even we can understand if he takes it terribly slowly.
by Basingstoke,
by cardboard box,
by Budge's knees,
by Bassett's socks,
by each that conjurer deceives,
By George, by Jove, by Jeeves.
by Jumping Jack,
by easy chair,
by Van Marie,
by Camembert,
by every fruit bat in the eaves,
By George, by Jove, by Jeeves.
by walking boots,
by thermal drawers,
by canapes,
by Santa Claus,
by all his mighty brain achieves,
by every spell the master weaves.
By heck, by George, by Jove, by Jeeves, by Jeeves, by Jeeves, by Jeeves, by Jeeves.
One more time around. Yes. Good evening, sir.
Ah, Jeeves!
Jeeves!
What a surprise.
Is there a problem, sir?
Yes, I'll tell you everything. I told him.
I see, sir.
Well,
Well,
What's the answer, Jeeves?
I'm afraid I could not say, sir.
Can't say.
I see no immediate solution, not at present.
no?
you don't?
I regret not, sir.
Jeeves?
Will you excuse me, sir? I must unpack.
Well, what on earth got into him?
He's usually infallible.
Well, it only goes to prove what I've been saying for years. The man is obviously past his perishable shelf life, completely shot. And the sooner we put him out to graze, the sooner we... Ah, Jeeves.
A note, sir.
Ah, thank you, Jeeves.
From Miss Glossop, sir.
You swine, Bertie!
Oh, yes, thank you, Jeeves. This'll be the, I'm almost certain. She offered to share the cost of the petrol for the lift I gave her earlier. I said I wouldn't hear of it, but she insisted, you know. I read the note swiftly. Ah, yes, petrol.
dear Bertie, I must see you urgently, my darling. Come to my room ASAP. Oh, my love, Honoria. Kiss, kiss, kiss.
I heard that!
All right, sorry. What was all that, Jeeves?
Merely a stage convention, sir.
Well, that's quite enough of them, no more. It's nothing private.
You swine, Bertie! I'm going to drown myself!
See that?
Maddie! Maddie, baby, hey! What did I say this time? I don't understand the dame. One minute it's come for a walk, I want to be with you. The next I put an arm around her and she's telling me to buzz off.
Put an arm around her. Arm, her, round, put!
Yeah, so?
How daring!
What?
I'm going to budge you, Box. I threaten you to some fist, do you hear me, for Madeline? All right, I don't care.
What? You want to fight me? Is that it?
Yes, you betcha.
For Maddie?
Oh.
Are you joking? You wouldn't stand a chance. Do you know how fit I am? Do you know how fit?
Well, you're fit for nothing, you lecturing jam pot.
Right. You want to fight? You got yourself a fight. Midnight, mister. Right here. And I'd bring a couple stretcher bears if I were you. You're gonna need them.
What? Oh. Ha. Oh.
An ugly turn, Jeeves.
Distinctly unattractive, sir.
Gussie, old pal, don't you... Don't you think you ought to reconsider this a bit?
Go away, Bertie. Just go away. This is all your fault. Every single bit of it. Go away.
This is getting like the fourth act of Medea, Jeeves.
There is a certain air of tragedy, sir.
Stygian gloom forlorn, Jeeves.
Indeed.
Is there any way of patching things up?
With Miss Glossop and Mr. Little, the problem is complicated by the fact that whilst Mr. Little undoubtedly harbours strong feelings towards Miss Glossop, I gather they are not reciprocated.
Ah, the old unrequited bit.
Whereas with Miss Bassett and Mr. Finknottle, I think the problem there is that Miss Bassett has grown increasingly impatient with Mr. Finknottle and his apparent inability to declare his true feelings. She, as a result, has resorted to the age-old but somewhat unreliable device of trying to expedite matters through jealousy.
I see. So, Cyrus is merely a stalking horse?
That is my understanding, sir. Though one with a dangerous kick if mishandled.
Absolutely. Not a chap to enter for the dressage.
Hardly, sir. I would therefore suggest...
Yes, carry on, Jeeves. I am all attention.
I would suggest that it is time you intervened personally.
Me?
Yes, sir.
How?
By communicating Mr. Finknottle's true feelings to Miss Bassett.
Think she'll listen?
I'm sure she will, sir. It is, after all, a message she wishes to hear.
Oh, good point. This is obviously a case which needs some, what shall I say? Expertise? Tact?
Savoir-faire?
Exactly. Ambassadorial skills to the fore, eh, Jeeves? Assume the time-honored role of love's messenger.
Cyrano de Bergerac, sir.
Thank you, Jeeves. I shall need it. Right, which way?
Behold, here she comes.
Ah. Where are you going, Jeeves?
To find Mr. Finknottle, sir, in order to introduce him at the correct moment in the proceeding.
Ah, jolly good. Girding my loins. Hello there.
Bertie! Gussie. No, Bingo. No. Oh, golly.
Bertie'll do, strictly entre nous.
Oh, it's all got so complicated, hasn't it, Bertie? When Augustus and I thought of it, it was going to be such a simple little plan. Now it's become sort of catching. Everyone's someone else, aren't they? So now you're not sure who anyone is, are you?
It can be tricky.
Yeah. And anyway, none of it's worked. Augustus still hasn't...
popped the question?
I don't think he ever will. I'm going to die an old maid, Bertie.
Oh, come on, hardly. You're far too young.
I tried to make him jealous with Cyrus, but he didn't even react. All I got was Cyrus putting his sticky hands all over me.
Probably only jelly. Jam.
I've had to change my dress twice. No, I know it. Augustus doesn't really love me.
He can't do.
Oh, he does.
He just pretended he did.
He's absolutely besotted, Madeline. Believe me. He thinks you're beautiful,
Oh, yes?
indescribable,
Yes?
loving and tender,
Go
too
on.
good for this world.
That's me.
So, you see, if Gussie were here now, looking up at that moon like a...
Like a big yellow bounceable ball?
Yes, that's the one. Well, as he sat here beside you, he'd be saying...
Well, he wouldn't be saying anything, that's the point. He never does. He just sits there, spluttering and muttering.
Muttering, yes. Well, you know old Gussie. That's just his way, isn't it? That's just his way of saying...
Oh, saying nothing at all, exactly. I mean, it's been weeks and months and days. I'm getting older and older, Bertie.
Oh, come now. You can't be a day over what? 24?
I'm 22.
There you are. Younger by the minute. But the point of all this, let's face it, is it's not what Gussie says, surely. It's what he feels. I mean, love's a funny thing. It doesn't always look quite the same. It varies from person to person, if you follow. I mean, with Budge, it's a brisk covering in jam. But with Gussie, it's more subtle, more oblique, like steamed fish. It creeps up on you. When love arrives, it's hard to tell. He doesn't ring the front door bell. He doesn't wait politely in the hall or leave his card. He doesn't wait to wipe his feet. In fact, he's not at all discreet. He doesn't phone to warn you. He will call and means to stay. He may not come when you're expecting him to visit. But if he does, make sure he finds you home. Surrender now, for what's the use? And wave that friendly flag of truce. Just rush right out to greet him. Don't hesitate at all, dear. You'll bless the day that love rings your bell.
Ding, ding.
Hello,
Who's there?
it's love.
Come in.
Kiss, kiss.
Oh, yay!
So close your eyes and lend an ear, for I suspect he's somewhere near, and that it's you that he has come to find.
Oh, Bertie dear.
So let him hold you tight and snug,
Like kittens cuddled in a rug.
well, that's the sort of thing I had in mind.
Oh, look, my dear. Ooh. Each dandelion clock is very softly chiming to tell the flowers it's time to go to bed.
What's that she said?
I know this night can't be in vain. The stars shine in gold's daisy chain, and even Mr. Moon's begun to snore.
Good grief, no more. Look softly now, just close your eyes.
And will I get a big surprise?
What else do you think I'm doing? All this for you, lovely thing, you. Just wait right there till love himself arrives. Wait there, stay there, right there. Don't move, stay put. Wait there, right there.
Oh, Bertie.
Bertie? Bertie? Bertie?
Oh,
Bertie! Not again!
Bertie!
Oh, Lord. What might be termed a Persian among the pigeons, Jeeves.
Very much so, sir. However, I'm quite sure that matters will soon be sorted out once you have had your meeting.
I saw that, Little. I saw every second of that. You're the one I need to be fighting, not that poor sap Wooster. You're the one, Little.
Me?
You can't treat a girl like Maddie like that.
Like what?
I saw you, Little. Procuring her for immoral purposes.
Procuring her?
You know, in the state where I come from, do you know what we do with men like you at large, Little? We lynch them, Little. We lynch them. Be here at midnight. And be warned.
You were saying, Jeeves? Matters will soon be sorted out. Was that the phrase used?
Once you have had your meeting with Miss Bing and the Reverend Mr. Pink.
No, I am having no more meetings, Jeeves. Moreover, I am having no more to do with this place. Enough is enough. Now come along. We can be home by midnight.
But, sir...
No, Jeeves, no buts.
The Times, sir.
The what?
The one Sir Watkin is at this moment settling down to read, having retired to bed.
No chance of him dropping asleep?
After earlier events, he is wide awake.
Any hope of him missing out on the births, deaths, and marriages?
Sir Watkin has reached an age when they provide a regular source of satisfaction, sir. Especially the deaths.
A certain pleasure in outstripping the field,
Precisely.
Well, nonetheless, too bad. Too bad, eh, Jeeves? Let them stew, that's what I say. Nothing to do with me if Stiffy gets engaged to this chap, Wooster. My name's... What is it currently? Oh, my name's Little. Bingo Little. No relation at all. Follow on.
Sir?
What now?
The code, sir.
Of the Woosters?
Surely, sir.
Lord, it is a weighty burden, Jeeves.
I can imagine. But probably no worse than spending the rest of your life answering to the name of Bingo Little.
You think that's on the cards?
Undoubtedly.
Bingo Little. Bingo Little. Oh, no, it doesn't suit me, does it? I mean, it's fine for chaps like Bingo, but it...
May I add, sir, it is not a name that suits me either.
How do you... Meaning you might...
Be forced regretfully to seek alternative employment, sir.
Et tu, Jeeves. Is it to be my fate like that of all heroes, to be stabbed in the back?
Agamemnon, sir.
It is far, far too late for that, Jeeves. Or should I call you Judas?
Sir.
What have you got to say, Jeeves? What have you got to say?
Sir.
Your job's to protect me and to cushion me from shocks, not to let the poor young master end up crouching in a box. Leave him posing as a coat stand there the minute someone knocks. No, somebody's got to pay, Jeeves. Somebody's got to pay.
If you would.
Threatened with a lynch mob and I lose my oldest friends. I'm embroiled with random females bent on dire romantic ends. Yours is frankly not a judgment, Jeeves, on which a chap depends. It's bordering on risque, Jeeves. Utterly déclassé.
If I may.
Your job's to inspire me and encourage me with praise, not abandon me with Stiffy in some frightful leafy maze, not to make me change my name 3 times in just as many days. Here am I in an extreme position, General Custer out of ammunition. Didn't get here by my own volition, as Tennyson once thundered. Someone here has badly blundered.
Sir.
It's chaos and disarray. Jeeves, misery and dismay.
Perhaps I might.
Calling this a shambles is to understate the case. Look at all these banjo lovers, not a dry eye in the place. I shall never have the nerve again to look them in the face. So what have you got to say, Jeeves? What have you got to say?
I fear I must confess it, sir. Despite my best endeavors to ensure a fluid narrative, things haven't gone to plan. Events were overtaken, sir, by unseen technicalities. I really can assure you, though, I've done the best I can. There comes the odd occasion, sir, when facing up to destiny. We do as well remembering a man is but a man. You have my firm assurances that come the grande denouement, sir, events will all resolve themselves in spite of come what may. I only can apologize for any inconvenience injurious to your dignity that happens on the way. I simply wish to emphasize I have your interests uppermost, and that, sir, in conclusion, sir, is all I have to say.
No. Very well, Jeeves, I will proceed. However, I don't wish to hurt your feelings, but from now on, I will walk alone. I have found that, on the whole, in this narrative, your suggestions have not been helpful.
I'm sorry, sir.
I would be grateful if, in the future, you would restrict yourselves solely to your stage managerial duties.
Very good, sir.
I will continue unaccompanied.
Yes, sir.
What happened next?
This, sir.
What?
Bertie.
Who is it?
It's us.
Oh, it's you.
Where have you been, you idiot? We've been walking round and round the maze looking for you for hours.
Well, I wasn't going to stay in there. Well, I wasn't going to stay in there all this time. Where have you been? You've been gone for hours. You're lucky I'm still here.
Lucky for you. I've hidden Uncle Watkins' Times, and I haven't destroyed it yet. It could quite easily turn up again, suddenly.
Forget that. He's got hold of another copy from that blighter Budge.
Oh.
Sitting up in bed reading it even as we speak, no doubt.
Never mind. I can build it in as part of our master plan.
Master plan?
Yes,
This is the one that includes me?
that's the one.
It's brilliant, Bertie. It's entirely Stephanie's idea.
Very simple.
Very
All
simple.
you
All
have
you
to
need
do
to
is
do, Bertie,
perfect,
ask me nothing.
straightforward,
Do it.
just
Tell
follow
me
the
just
rules.
a minute.
It's like trying to listen to an announcement at a gymkhana, one at a time.
All we need you to do, Bertie, is to break into the house and pretend to burgle it.
I told you he'd like it.
You want me to burgle Totley Towers?
He's got it in one.
Home of Sir Watkin Bassett, magistrate?
Yes.
Would you like me to kidnap him as well?
No, I don't think so.
Garrot the staff, set fire to the west wing, dismantle the main staircase?
No.
It only has to look like a burglary, Bertie.
Oh, yes? Well, what's the difference between a burglary and one that looks like a burglary? No, this isn't a burglary, Inspector. It only looks like one. They've turned the place upside down and taken all the silver, but it's not a burglary, so sorry to have troubled you. Not at all, sir. I was just passing by. As a matter of fact, I'm not a real policeman either. I just look like one.
Well, you've quite finished.
Don't worry, I have. Good night.
Bertie, hear us out, please.
You mean there's more?
All you have to do is climb through an upstairs window. We've made sure there's a ladder being left out. The window will be open. It's an empty room. In it, you'll find a sack of stuff which Stiffy's already taken. You take that downstairs and let yourself out the front door, and that will set off the alarm.
Oh, good-o.
Once you're safely outside, I'll be waiting for you. We'll pretend to struggle, just to make it look convincing. As soon as Sir Watkin arrives, you drop the sack and run for it. End of scheme.
What could be simpler?
Brilliant, isn't it?
Uncle Watkin will be so grateful to Harold that he'll grant him anything.
Or anyone.
Forever. Isn't it simple?
It's simple-minded. I'm speechless, just speechless.
You wouldn't deny us a little favor like that, would you, Bertie?
Thank you, Bertie. We'll
ow.
always remember this, won't we, Stephanie?
Thank you, Bertie.
This existence of ours, Stephanie's and mine, it can't go on indefinitely, Bertie. These snatched clandestine meetings, a stolen kiss here, a furtive glance there. What way is that to live? It can't go on.
I love him, Bertie.
I love her, Bertie. Time, they say, is relative, infinite as space. This must be eternity, neither time nor place. Half a moment we are together. I shall want no one else and nothing new. Half a moment I shall treasure. Keep it locked away for some future rainy day. Should you leave me with just this moment, in my mind I shall capture picture it anew, like some picture taken in my childhood. Half a moment spent with you.
Time looks kindly on fleeting lovers. They can turn the briefest hour into a day, turn a moment to a lifetime, making it to lost, blending future with the past. Every moment we spend together, I don't care what they say or try to do, can't erase it, all that's gone between us, every loving secret shared with you. Of a moment we are together, I shall watch no one else and nothing new. Of a moment I shall treasure, keep it locked away for some future rainy day. We're together, what else can matter? Even though half a moment is too few, I shall save it till I have another, making one whole moment filled with
I ask you, how can a chap say no?
Well, Bertie?
No!
All right, then. If that's your answer, all right. We shall see. All right. All right.
There was something in the tone of her voice
All right.
which I didn't care for. Stiffy!
Well,
Yes, well. Ladder will be available.
just behind the hedge there.
Window open.
Back of the house, first floor, fourth one along from the left.
Bag of swag ready and waiting.
Under the spare room bed.
Down the stairs.
To the front door.
Setting off the alarm.
Running into me. Quick struggle.
Anyway, you go.
Nothing to it.
Falling off a log.
Piece of cake.
If you ever run short of cash, you two, you could always sell insurance.
Oh, thank you, Bertie.
Yes, all right.
Better do it soon, before Uncle Watkin gets to the engagements column.
I don't intend to hang about here, don't worry.
Just give me time to get into bed.
Bless you, Bertie.
Ow, ow,
Sorry.
How are you at christenings?
Harold's wonderful at everything. See you later.
Later.
Rightio.
Sir,
Jeeves?
do you require any assistance with the narration, sir?
No, thank you, Jeeves. All I want from you is a ladder.
Certainly, sir.
Oh, wait, and something to represent a window and a bag of swag. End of prompt list.
Very good, sir.
I waited a few minutes to allow Stiffy time to slip into the gym jams. It was a moonlit night, hardly ideal for the planned activities. But despite my misgivings, I could not help experiencing a tremor of excitement for what lay ahead. Wooster, man of action, was about to undergo his finest... What on earth is that?
The ladder, sir. A somewhat rudimentary but nevertheless effective scenic device, sir.
We shall see. window?
Yes, sir.
I feel I'm about to perform some feat of acrobatics, Jeeves.
Only mildly, sir.
I hope so. How does this operate?
Allow me. Sir?
Up that?
If you would.
Without a safety net? Oh, well.
Sir?
What?
Perhaps you might require this, sir.
And what is this, may I ask?
A mask, sir.
To be worn by me?
I would advise it.
Let me get this straight, Jeeves. Not only am I expected to behave like a circus performer, you are also asking me to do so disguised as a pig. Is that correct?
I apologize for the choice of animals, sir. The selection from the property store was limited. Fortunately, a children's production of The Three Little Pigs was recently in the theatre's repertoire.
I do not wish to hear this, Jeeves. I don't care if it was 40 pigs. I refuse to join their ranks. Is that clear?
The alternative, sir, is risk of recognition.
Recognition?
Yes.
By Bassett?
And others.
Well, I'm not wearing it to the last minute.
Very prudent.
Hold the ladder. Here I go. Back of the house.
Yes, sir.
Fourth window from the left.
Yes, sir.
Wish me... No, what is it? Cyrano de Bergerac.
Cyrano de Bergerac, sir.
Thank you, Jeeves. I cautiously made my way up the ladder. What on earth is that?
Suspenseful music, sir.
But we can do without it. This is dangerous enough.
Very good, sir.
That's more like it. Fortunately, I combined a steel nerve with a total lack of fear of heights. Jeeves!
It's all right, sir. I have it under control.
Jeeves, what's happening? What on earth's happening? Ah! Good grief.
You're quite safe, sir. Just don't look down.
Why not? Oh, yes, I see. That's down, isn't it? Down is sideways.
Precisely.
A clearer demonstration of horizontal thinking is hard to conceive. You must imagine, if you will, that I am now several dozen feet up.
15 feet 9 inches, sir.
15 feet 9... Thank you, Jeeves. And clinging to the window ledge by my fingernails. Cautiously, with a practiced skill, I levered open the window. Damn it. It doesn't want to open. Jeeves.
Sir?
I can't seem to get it open.
No, sir?
Are you certain we have the right window?
Very certain, sir.
Well, I'm not quite sure what to do.
Allow me, sir.
Thank you, Jeeves.
Not at all, sir.
Ah, that's better. With the stealth of a cat, Wooster eased his way in through the window.
Sir?
Yes, what is it, Jeeves?
Your mask, sir.
Very well. Give it here, then.
Certainly, sir.
Oh, thank you, Jeeves.
My pleasure, sir.
Jeeves, if it's all right for you to stroll up and down like that, then why am I...
Sir?
Oh, it doesn't matter. This doesn't look silly at all, does it?
Not at all, sir.
So long as it doesn't. Now, where was I?
You were stealing with the stealth of a cat, sir.
Oh, yes, quite right. With the stealth of a cat. Wooster eased his way in through the window and... Damn it! I'm stuck! Jeeves, couldn't you possibly have found a larger window?
I'm sorry, sir, but in the time available...
Where the hell did you get this? Snow White's cottage? Oh, grief.
Are you all right, sir?
Like a pig to the slaughter, Jeeves. Regaining my feet, I surveyed the room, accustoming my eyes to the darkness. In a moment or two, I made out the bed. Oh, splendid. Production values are rocketing. I moved to the bed and groped underneath, feeling for the bag of swag.
What the hell? Where the...
Hello?
Who are you? Someone quick! There's a man broken in a pig mask broken in my bedroom. Stoneware clear, he's all mine. I will deal with this swine, with this shoe, with this pig in my bedroom. When I'm through, I will bet you will live to regret that you picked on me. You and I ever met. I'm teaching you a lesson that you never will forget. You're a pig, what a pig, what a pig!
Daddy, help! It's a pig! Daddy, help! It's a pig! There's a beastly piggy in my bedroom.
Cornered, he's cornered.
Is it real or a dream? Get away or I'll scream! Who on earth let this pig in my bedroom?
Lend a hand by the door and we've trapped him for sure.
I shall die if the thing makes a mess on my floor.
Speaking as a woman who has hunted wild boar, what's a pig, more or less? What's a pig? Now we've got him.
Look, it's Bertie.
Nice and easy. It's so dirty.
Listen, Maddie.
Don't come near me.
Don't that ta-ta, do you hear me?
Oh, this damn thing's stuck completely. Exit booster, swift and sweetly.
Follow that pig!
Bless my soul, who are you? What on earth's going on? There's a circus artist in my bedroom.
Stop him, we've got him.
Can't believe both my eyes. There's a chap in disguise. There's a cat-peddling pig in my bedroom. Careful, girls, or stand back. He may try to attack. It's a well-known fact that they hunt as a pack. Wait while I distract him, try to put him off the track. Watch that pig!
Watch the piggy.
Watch the pig!
Listen, people.
Don't you try it.
Try to kiss me!
I deny it.
Oh, you swine, you!
Caught him looting.
Raise your hands or I'll start shooting!
With a badly bruised libido, exit booster, tray rapido.
Follow that pig! Hunt the pig, hunt the pig, hunt the two-legged pig. There's a pig loose somewhere in the house. Find him
and catch him.
Everybody look out for the glimpse of a snout.
For the click of his trotters on the stairway.
There he is!
False alarm.
We must try to keep calm.
I'm afraid, I'm afraid.
Then take hold of my arm.
I'll let him have both barrels. We'll work just like a charm. On the pig!
Steady on.
There's the pig!
Bertie! Bertie! Oh, there you are, you idiot! What do you think you're doing?
Don't, Stiffy, you've got to help me. Oh.
There's a pig, there's a housebreaker pig. There's a pig with criminal intentions. Once he's caught, there is talk. We'll reduce him to pork in a way that's too terrible to mention. Can't escape, now he's caught. He can grunt, he can snort. It's a great new game, chasing pork, that's the sport. Now we've got him cornered, there's a lesson to be taught. To the pig, to the pig, to the pig. Now we got him cornered, there's a lesson to be taught. To the pig, 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 to the pig.
Stinker! Stinker, where are you? Stinker!
Jeez. Who the hell are you, feller?
Oh, no.
Hey, not so fast. What have you got here? Are these yours? Huh? Come on, let's have a look at you. Come on.
Aha! An intruder!
And who are you?
A burglar, eh? I'll soon put a stop to that.
Hey, not so fast. I caught this burglar.
No, I'm sorry, he's my burglar.
Your burglar? What do you mean your burglar? He's my burglar. You keep back, mister.
Oh, yes, or you'll what? Oh, I'll take that bag. Thank you.
Oh, no, you won't. Okay. Okay, you asked for this.
This is definitely mine.
Oh!
Oh, I'm most terribly sorry.
Nicely done, Harold. Cheerio.
Stop that pig!
Oh, not again.
What's happening? Can't a chap drown himself in peace?
Stop him! He's a burglar!
No, not you.
Right. Ah.
Oh!
All right, that's it. Nobody move. This gun is probably loaded. Well done.
Oh, bingo!
That was nearly us back there.
Clearly you and me.
Oh, guess
So let him hold you tight and snug.
like kittens cuddled in a rug.
Oh, Harold!
Of a moment we are together.
Harold!
All right. Now, first things first. Let's unmask that chap, shall we?
Oh, Jeeves! Jeeves!
Sir?
Oh, Jeeves.
A problem, sir?
A problem? Look at me, Jeeves, trussed up and roasted. A suckling reduced to crackling. Do something.
Well, sir.
I take back everything I said, Jeeves. You are unique and irreplaceable, and will earn my undying gratitude if you can only come up with something to save the young master.
Well, sir, in that case, might I suggest...
Anything, Jeeves, anything.
One moment, sir. There, sir.
Good heavens, it's Cyrus!
Cyrus?
Well, we'd better take him up to the house. I'll call the constabulary. I think I owe you a debt of gratitude, young man. Goodness gracious me, isn't it?
It's Harold, Uncle Watkin. You remember Harold, don't you?
How do you do, sir?
Harold, yes. Well, good. Oh, can you take Cyrus up to the house? Good man. I believe I owe you a debt of gratitude too, Mr. Wooster, Mr. Finknottle.
Daddy, this is Augustus, not that one.
And this is Mr. Little, of course, the real one.
Hello, Bertram Wooster.
Howdy, howdy,
howdy, howdy, how do you do?
Oh.
Hello there. Let me introduce myself. Cyrus Budge III, Jr. Let me reintroduce myself. Cyrus Budge III, Jr. How do you do?
Sorry. You'll have to excuse him. He's an American.
You're quite lovely.
I think the least you could have done was to help the others, Bertie, instead of lounging there like a lizard.
I was...
Come on, Bingo. Let's leave him to sleep it off. Out here.
Pathetic. Really utterly pathetic, Bertie. I'm terribly disappointed in you. Come on, Augustus.
Well, straighten that up anyway.
No thanks to you, you oaf. Honestly, Bertie, you nearly ruined everything. That's the very last time I ask you to help.
Really? Do you promise?
The very last time ever.
May I, sir?
Well, all in all, a totally satisfactory outcome, wouldn't you say, Jeeves?
I would.
Knots tied here, there, and everywhere, like a Boy Scouts convention. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Quick thinking. The end, eh?
Yes, sir.
Oh, just one thing, Jeeves. How on earth did I manage to climb in through the wrong window into Honoria's room?
I'm afraid I can't explain that at all, sir.
Ah, well, one flaw. You're allowed that.
Thank you, sir.
Oh, no, Jeeves, disaster. It's not all over. What about the Times? Bassett still has Budge's Times.
No, sir, no longer.
Jeeves.
Under cover of the general confusion.
Are there no limits?
Some further good news, sir.
Yes?
The new banjo is here.
Really? Splendid. Roll it on, Jeeves, and on with the concert. I am in brisk banjo vein. Oh, bit late, though, isn't it?
A trifle.
Well, perhaps there's time for just one tune, eh? Pity to disappoint them.
Indeed.
Oh, look at this, Jeeves. This is magnificent. Lovely wood, great color, delicious smell. Yes, well, what shall we give them, do you think?
Your opening number, sir?
Banjo Boy, splendid. Send them out with their feet tapping, why not? Ozzy, give us an A. See if we're in tune here. Jeeves.
Sir?
Listen to this.
Highly melodic.
Melodic?
Oh, yes.
Well, it may be as far as the odd dog or bat are concerned, but to mere human ears, there's no sound at all. These are what we musicians term muted strings, Jeeves.
If I might correct you, sir, they are in fact the latest acoustically balanced and delayed resonation strings. A set of ABDR strings designed to project the sound over a wider area. Their effect is to give the impression of silence only in the immediate vicinity of the instrument itself.
Really?
I can assure you, sir, that from here the sound is quite deafening. Please, sir, if you don't mind.
Oh, sorry, Jeeves. Well, that's amazing, you know. Standing here, I can't hear a sound. Oh, well, science marches on, what? You're perfectly sure about this, Jeeves?
Oh, yes, sir.
All right, here we go then.
Sir?
Yes?
Might I suggest that for this number, a full supporting chorus?
Full supporting chorus?
Behold, here they come!
Good Lord!
Yes, sir.
A sudden leap in the budget, Jeeves.
The Wizard of Oz final walk down, sir.
Yes, right, I see. Well, are we all ready? Here we go, then. 3, 2, 1, and who's the man you've all been sitting there anticipating? Who's the man with his instrument ready, willing and waiting? Who's the man for whom your breath has been eagerly baiting? If I hadn't already confessed it, you'd no doubt already have guessed it. Banjo boy, play a number for me. Won't you play that melody? When you start to playing, Mama starts a swaying. She's right there with them, stomping that rhythm. Banjo boy, play the razzmatazz. You're the sunny Southland's king. You said Dixie humming it when you started strumming it. See those fingers going? When you start to syncopate, songbirds seem to orchestrate. The Swanee stops its flowing, just hear him play. Who can plunk your heartstrings full of joy? That's Banjo Boy. See what I mean? Hear him go. Don't you know? Love him so. Not too loud, is it? Let him swing and do his thing. He's the king.
Ring-a-ding.
Oh, Banjo boy, you're the musical sun in the southern sunny skies. Feet will stop their fidgets, see those magic digits. Hands are a-clapping, fingers are snapping. Banjo boy, play that favorite tune that the old folks love to sing. Can't you hear the people cry? Wanna see those fingers fly? Listen to him playing. Yeah! Can't you hear the children roar? Dixie shouting out for more. Hear the steamboats blowing, aid to the farm. Who's that cotton picking? Uncle Joy. The golden kid that fashion can't destroy. Whoops, sorry, Ozzy. Whose name they shout from Maine to Illinois. That's Banjo Boy. Banjo
nursery tea.
By moose.
By spoons.
By 3:30.
By every tender breast that heaves.
By George, by Jove, by Jeeves. By marmalade, by bowler hat. By toothpaste tube, by Burmese cat. By baby newts, by autumn leaves.
by George, by Jove, by Jeeves. Behold how Jeeves with sleight of hand conceives a scheme so carefully planned. Even we can understand if he takes it terribly slowly. By Jumping Jack, by Easy Chair, by Ban Marie, by Camembert, by every fruit that's in the eaves, by George, by Jove, by Jeeves. By Walking Boot, by Thermal Drawers, by Canapes, by Santa Claus, by all his mighty brain achieves, by every spell the master weaves. By Heck, by George, by Jove, by Jeeves, by Jeeves, by Jeeves, by Jeeves, by Jeeves. There's a pig, there's a pig, there's a housebreaker pig, there's a pig with criminal intentions. Once he's caught, there is talk, we'll reduce him to pork in a way that's too terrible to mention. Can't escape, now he's caught, he can grunt, he can snort, it's a great new game, chasing porkers for sport. Now we've got him cornered, there's a lesson to be taught. To the pig, to the pig, to the pig. Banjo boy, you're the musical sun in the southern sunny skies. Feet will stop their fidgets, see those magic digits. Hands are a-clapping, fingers a-snapping. Banjo boy, play that favorite tune that the old folks love to sing. Can't you hear the people cry? Wanna see those fingers fly? Listen to him playing. Yeah! Can't you hear those children roar? Dixie shouting out for more. Hear the steamboats blowing, 8 to the bar. Who's that cotton picking up the joy? Hoo-wee! The golden kid that fashion can't destroy. Whose name they shout from Maine to Illinois.